But even though they gave us a respectable outlook, apparently one ESPN analyst says UNC's an afterthought, even with Bill. Don't you think that's kind of crazy?
I don't believe that.
All right, well, you ain't got to believe it, my boy. Here it is. Like I want
But
you to.
people have been saying that forever, though. Like people have been saying that a lot over the off season. It's been annoying because, like, after a while, you have to at least acknowledge Bill for Bill at some
You
point.
ready?
Yeah,
I haven't seen this video. I just saw the headline. I'll be
The
honest
guy
with you.
sitting next to your girl on a kiss cam. And this game just got a lot more interesting. Sheila? Mom?
I ain't gonna lie. This is funny to me.
And it didn't have to
oh,
buy
these
home.
commercials are great.
She's saving his goodbye.
Like Allstate knew what they were doing.
North Carolina and new head coach Bill Belichick will make the ACC championship.
I am not convinced of that at all. I do think Bill Belichick is going to elevate
Of course,
this
it's fine,
program.
Bob.
It's been dormant for
No.
a while, and it's time.
Hold up. He just said, I do think they will elevate UNC. Didn't we get this man talking trash about Bill saying that they weren't going to do anything like 2 pods ago?
He did, but he said even 2 pods ago, I will give him this, that he did say 2 pods ago that they will improve, but he doesn't see them doing anything like ACC championship or anything like that. At least not this year. So I'll give him that benefit of the doubt there.
To regenerate.
But
North
no,
Carolina is a very good football school, and I know that surprised most people, probably including even in this Tar Heel state. But 8 wins is very doable, maybe more if he gets lucky. Last time I was up here, Dan, about a month ago, I fired Bill's girlfriend. I'm not doing that again. I've caught a lot of flack. I'll leave that to Heather.
Yeah, Heather, what would be a successful season for Belichick at UNC?
Listen, stay out of TMZ, okay?
Oh,
Enough of these off-season headlines. Don't get embarrassed on the field or off of the field. And the reality is, when I look at Belichick, I feel like the intimidation aura has disappeared. That's the main story right now for me. As far as on the field, they are...
Whoa. She said...
The intimidation factor.
I'm gonna let it finish, and then we're gonna rewind that. Hold
looking
up.
I don't appreciate Clemson in Miami, if not several other teams in the ACC. But if Clemson is the team to beat, North Carolina is still an afterthought, even with Belichick as a head coach when it comes to football right now. Lots of proof.
And of course, he's never coached in college either. Paul, like what kind of stuff is he gonna run into here that maybe even he's not expecting in terms of challenges in the college football season?
I think everything. I mean, he's about to go to ACC Media Days where you actually have to be a human being, something Bill Belichick has never been during his NFL career. I think he will struggle with that. I think he'll have a hard time talking to some radio guy from Greensboro, North Carolina. He's never done that, and you have to do that to be successful in college. And I still think he's on a learning curve. Lombardi helps it from the GM position. I still don't think Bill understands the nuances of the game, but he's smart enough to win 8 games, which is really all he has to do.
Bruh.
So a couple of bones to pick there. First things first.
That best mother in the galaxy plaque, that's not for you, ma'am.
It's not for you.
That's not for you.
Now, I'm not going to knock your mother, and I'm not going to knock you as a parent. That's not what I'm saying. I'm low key jealous of the plaque, but that's not the point.
I would definitely give that to my mother, even though she doesn't love Star Wars like that. I would give that to my mama.
Definitely. I think that this is one of those in-household opinions of, I don't believe that's true.
Your mama is great. My mama's better.
Exactly. Anyway, it's you were probably a fantastic mother. However, my mama was better. But one, I don't agree with the intimidation factor being gone, but I will say I can understand the comment because with him coming to a whole new landscape of football that he's never been in, And you still have that moniker of you are one of the top 3 best coaches in the NFL at the professional level.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes down to college, where you've never been, you could be one of the worst to ever do it,
Mm-hmm.
or you could be solid and become a future legend in the game. So when you have a blank slate like that, a lot of established coaches who have a history of winning at this level aren't going to really see you as that big of a threat. And I get it. That I can understand. But when it comes down to the ACC media days and him actually being a person, come on now. Just because he wasn't just because he didn't act like a human being really in the NFL, we've seen even through all the nonsense we've seen this summer, we have seen a more down to earth Bill than we have ever seen. But it's also one of those things of, so far he has done interviews about where he's at now at the college level. He even had a one-on-one with Dabo Swinney. They were both doing an interview together about how, and people were asking about how they feel about, does Dabo think that Bill's going to come in and take over? How does Bill feel about where Dabo is in his career, so on and so forth? And it was a very good interview when it comes down to a football aspect and coach to coach. So I don't see him having any issue with any of the media days for however long he's going to be in college football. So I don't know. Once again, it's a bad Feinbaum take that we've all seen and we've all gotten used to. Now, do I agree that 8 games is a solid first year? Oh yeah, I think 8 games. I think 8 wins is solid for any coach.
I got multiple bones to pick. I got multiple. I got multiple bones to pick, just like you do. I really do. First things first, and you know me, and Paul Feinbaum, I'll tell you to your face, I hate about 98.3% of your takes. Honestly, because 98.3% of your takes to me are just trash, garbage, basura. Like you don't make good takes, and you're also hypocritical because on this pod, in that article I read, you said Bill might get 6 wins, maybe 7. Now all of a sudden you're like, oh yeah, he could get 8, maybe more. That's doable. That's achievable. Pick a lane, sir. You even made the joke. You're like, you fired his girlfriend the last time you spoke about this, and you're like, oh, I ain't gonna do that again because everybody gonna come for me.
Backlash for it, so I ain't gonna do
that. like you wonder why, bro. Like, my thing is this, Paul. You sir do a lot of talking, and you're really wrong on a lot of things from time to time. And I don't know how you keep a job. I don't know how you keep a job because you have a clear bias for, honestly, old school, like early 2000s, late, like the 90s, 80s football. Like, that's how I feel like you feel football should still be played to this day. Her saying that Bill is an afterthought and that the aura, I'm with you. Saying that Bill's lost the aura or the intimidation factor, nah, that's not true. I don't care who you are. That's Bill Belichick at the end of the day. Yeah, the man lost a step in the last couple of years in the NFL. Like, there's nobody's denying that, because what did Brady do? Brady went on to win another ring in Tampa Bay. Granted, Brady took almost everybody in New England with him and then got the Monstars to pair along with alongside Mike Evans and them with Antonio Brown and whatnot. Oh, you're muted. I thought you did that on purpose. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened.
I thought you did that on purpose because you were talking. But he went and got the Monstars. We all know how that went down. However, to say that he lost that intimidation factor, not true. It's very not true. And I can't say he's an afterthought because, one, we've seen with the ACC, yeah, Clemson has been the top dog in terms of the consistent ACC challenge, right? Clemson's there.
Right.
Saying that UNC's an afterthought because Clemson is there, that's a disingenuous take to me because you could say that for anybody. It's like, well, because Clemson's here, everybody's an afterthought because nobody's been as consistent as Clemson over the last decade in the ACC. You'll have spurts here and there where Louisville might be great, Miami might be great, Florida State might be great. Shoot, NC State might be great. Like
Syracuse coming up out of nowhere.
Yeah, Syracuse. You'll have spurts where a second ACC team can challenge Clemson for like 2 seasons, 3 seasons, like the Lamar Jackson years, the Florida State years. Like you'll have a team that can challenge for those couple of years. Even SMU, we don't know what they're going to do. SMU gave Clemson a run for their money down to the wire. Is SMU going to run that back this year, or are they going to falter and be the next ACC team that's just like, oh, hey, we had one quick spurt, but we couldn't keep it going? So to say that UNC is an afterthought because Clemson's there, I think she missed the mark. Now, if she said UNC is an afterthought because they haven't made an ACC title game in X, Y, and Z, even with Bill, I would have gave her that. You see what I'm saying? Because that's like consistent history of, hey, UNC hasn't been that great of a football school for X amount of time. And that's beyond the Clemson domination and so on and so forth. So I think she missed the mark in terms of how she was trying to convey it.